time. There's a lot of people here that made their money on landing page optimization, SEM, SEO, banner retargeting, social, Twitter. It's an evolution, really, time and time again. What I'm most fascinated by is I can't believe that a lot of people that want to sell shit in the last 6 months have made more money, and these are DR focused, I want to sell a product, not build a brand, have sold more stuff on Snapchat in the last 6 months than they've done in the last 3 or 4 years on SEM, banner, or social. Most people would never ever believe that, because for a lot of people in this room, especially an affiliate-based DNA crowd, when there's not a platform that has attribution or clickability, you don't feel that it can be a real sales engine. And to me, the thing that I'm most fascinated by is the gross underestimation of where attention goes and how it evolves. For example, the thing that I'm probably most worried about for everybody that's sitting here is how many people make their living in a desktop environment, right? If you look at the data, we're literally 12 to 18 months away from obnoxious numbers in mobile only. As a matter of fact, I travel every day. I'm going to LA in a few minutes. I actually don't even own a laptop anymore. I'm 100% mobile, like 100%, like no more bag, no more checking it in, fucking TSA. Like this is basically my entire world. And for me, I'm not sure how many people are doing what I think has allowed me to be successful, which is, are you playing within the environment that exists right this minute? And are you building your business or what you want to accomplish with 12 and 18 and 24 months away from now? I think when you look at the landscape of what's happening, if you aren't basically, like for every person here, when you leave here tonight, the first question I would ask yourselves is, are you 100% mobile or prepared for a 100% mobile environment? Whether your business right this second is converting an environment with mobile or desktop, it's pretty much irrelevant because the end consumer is the only thing that matters. I really didn't want Twitter to lose its lead that it had 6 years ago. As a lot of you know, that's where I really grew up from. I'm not pumped that with 1.3 million followers that I can't get anywhere close to the conversion that I did 5 years ago or 6 years ago with 150,000 or 200,000 followers. It's just attention arbitrage. So no matter what anybody does in this room, no matter what you sling, no matter...
Yeah.
Hello? Good. No matter what you sling, no matter what you sell, no matter what you're trying to accomplish, the only thing that every fucking person here is completely bound by is that we all want all of their attention. And then, you like that?
Oh, I love it, Gary. Yes.
We're all bound on that. We're battling for attention out there, and then you get a chance to basically tell that person what you're selling, what you want, how you want them to transact with you. And so basically for the last 20 years of my life, everything has been predicated on reverse engineering attention. And for me, the biggest themes that I'm seeing right now that I hope you take back and get some value out of this talk is, one, there is nothing besides mobile. There's nothing besides mobile. We're going to go through a half a decade of mobile, and then whenever VR wants to play at scale, whether it's 5 years from now, 7 years from now, 15 years from now, we're going to go from a phone to contact lenses, and that's going to be the game. So to me, that all my fucking bets live in that world. Number two, how many people here are doing actual? How many people? Hello? How many people here are doing actual business through Snapchat? Raise your hands. That's what I thought. So to me that excites the shit out of me. So as somebody that's been paying attention to Snapchat, I don't know if you've seen, but some of the content in stories or the platform, if you would open up right now, you have the ability to swipe up or down for a click out and a conversion. This is fucking Facebook. And for a lot of people here, and I've known a lot of people in this room for a decade, you know, I know a lot of you. A lot of people back in 2006, 7, and 8 were steadfast on SEM and landing page and search optimization and conversion, and totally disrespected social. They laughed at the notion of Facebook being a sales engine. And now we're living in an environment where anybody here that's digital, anybody here that's doing digital versus Facebook conversion, it's not even close. And so, if I can get 1 or 2 people to be inspired to actually pay attention to Snapchat, the platform that I'm completely convinced in 24 and 36 months holds a disproportionate amount of people's attention and makes one product change, which makes it convertible and allows you to transact out of it. Everybody here gives a fuck. That's your bet. Because all you have to do is follow the data. It's not my opinion. It's not my opinion. It's the hundreds of millions of active users that platform has. How many people? Actually, here's an interesting one. How many people here have joined Snapchat within the last 12 months? Raise your hands high. Raise it high. Actually, you know what? Real quick, because that excited me. How many people here are not on Snapchat? Raise your hands. So, to me, that's a very interesting arbitrage a lot of people haven't played. The other one's actually pretty interesting. The other place that I'm very fascinated by is I don't think people here have maximized Facebook ads. So to me, Facebook ads still convert at the highest level. To me, it's still the biggest arbitrage that I'm seeing. And I think for everybody that played through Google ads in the past, the biggest thing that you need to pay attention to is when the real dollars come into the ecosystem, the price goes up on conversion. So for me, it's just basic attention arbitrage. Those are two platforms that I'm focused on. Those are two places I'm spending my time and energy and money. And those are places I'm seeing the biggest conversion. Questions? I think the question was what's next. I think the only thing that is worthwhile of all the business people and hustlers in this room, the only thing that you should really pay attention to a little bit is Musically. Like if you look at what's going on with Musically, it's 8 to 14-year-olds, very young. Most of us don't give a fuck. Most of us don't transact there. But if it converts the way Snapchat and Facebook do, the last two biggest platforms that do all the business, they were started young and they brought older down into them. And so that's the only platform that's got any kind of scale that matters financially to anybody in this room. Okay, I'll repeat it. The question was, do I think in the future all the marketing is going to be performance-based? Look, I think a lot of people in this room know this story. Again, looking around, seeing a lot of familiar faces. There's two ways to do business. Either you're a salesperson or you're a marketer. And the truth is, this is a room full of 95% salespeople. Most of the decisions are based on transaction. It's a conversion-based business. I didn't buy these fucking Nikes because they fucking cookied me on my fucking Firefox and made me give up until I converted. I bought them because they branded me. And I think the most interesting thing for a lot of people is how do you convert into, how do you go from a place where you go from just being transactional to actually building brand equity? Because I'll give you one here for people that want to sell shit, and that, to me, with this room is everybody. The most interesting conversion I'm seeing right now is if you have Facebook conversions that are $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 on whatever the fuck you do. If you get one video that acts like a commercial, that pops in any way organically, those numbers cut in half. So I think there's a huge, underestimation of what happened with Dollar Shave Club. Like, in general, in the affiliate space, in the space that a lot of people are transacting here, there's a disrespect for brand, and there's an over-reliance on performance. On the flip side, the world I now live in, Under Armour, Budweiser, Unilever, all my clients, they grossly underestimate what you guys are ninjas at, which is conversion, and they overly rely on brand, just horseshit art. So either you're a fucking artist or you're a mathematician, and the truth is, when those two have sex, that's the game that you want.
When is Misha and Sandra starting their own YouTube show?
My kids. Misha might start soon. She's already interacting, but I don't think the mother's going to really let them get out there anytime too soon. So thanks for asking.
Is ego marketing alive or dead?
Ego marketing?
Ego.
Oh, email marketing.
Still alive?
I think email marketing is fucking phenomenal. I sell fucking $40 million a year in wine email marketing. I'm a big fan of email marketing. The only thing I would say is anything in the silo makes no sense. So our email marketing has exploded at Wine Library since we got serious about Facebook 24 months ago. It's made that world better for us. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to just more success on Twitter in the last 6 months than I've had in 4 or 5 years because people start discounting it. It's just supply and demand. It's just supply and demand. So when people start disrespecting or not believing in a platform, there tends to be more opportunity. You got it. Any other questions?
Where's India? Are we all the way up?
She's in the office.
Are we all the way up, Jimmy?
Any other questions? Oh, no, man. Oh, actually, yes, one. Go on.
What do you think about people that are using their own social media apps, that are creating their own social media apps?
I think if you're fucking Kim Kardashian or fucking Beyonce, it's a good fucking idea. I think if you're fucking Rick Thompson, you're fucked, right? And so, you know, like, I think personal apps is a great idea if you're a brand and you don't need to rely on the network to give you awareness of customers, and you've got the brand equity to drive in. It's why I believe in branding over sales, right? Like, once you build that brand, you can do anything and you can keep more of the money. So I think if you've got the audience, and there's a couple characters out here that have an audience enough to make a play, make a play for building their own app. But I think for the majority of us, including myself, a standalone app is probably not the way to go. I played with it for 5 seconds. The truth is, I just think Facebook and Snapchat are so underpriced right now that I'm fucking pot committed all in to something. I made a video today that's gonna get 8 million organic reach and have like, 3-4 million actual views. That level of branding is impossible to replicate anywhere else. Yeah.
Hey everybody, listen, if you guys really want to make some money, just hush a little bit, it's all good, I know it's a party, but we got Gary Vee speaking, and I know I want to make more money, so if you can, just keep it down, and if you want to talk a little bit more, maybe go in the back there, and that would be kind of cool. It's Gary Vee, it's not every day you get him speaking, right, but
I'll be real serious. I don't think you should give a fuck about Gary Vee. I think you should keep fucking drinking and speaking with your guys. But for the night you that are into it, I'm right here. So,
What do you think about the fact that on Snapchat you have to click on someone's name to actually see what they're talking about, and when you follow too many people, that's going to be hard to catch up with? What do you think is going to happen there?
I think every platform goes through the same thing. How many people here have done email marketing in their career? Raise your hands. Love it. So you're gonna love this answer. John, you're gonna love. You know this book. In 1997, my wine business had 150,000 people on its email newsletter and had 91% open rates. Because I hand curated every person that came into my store, and they knew that the best deals were here, and nobody was doing email marketing. When I had 10,000 followers on Twitter back in 2007, I was able to get 5,000 to 7,000 people to do something. Now I have 1.3 million, and I can't even get that to happen. It's the same old game. We don't self-populate. It's why Facebook won. They made a screen for us. And so, what do I think is going to happen? I think when there's too much supply of content and we don't curate well, we'll convert less.
Yeah.
It's the same old game.
What's like one of the craziest ideas you've had? I don't know, just hanging out with friends, or energy crazy for marketing or advertising that you never executed on, but you're like laughing about. You're like, dude, that is ridiculous, but you never executed on it. It's like, that shit would work so good. That you didn't execute on. Yeah.
I think the closest thing to that was Groupon. Like 2 or 3, do you guys remember Root? Root.com? So Root was a really impactful website for me. I thought it was a great idea when it came out. It ended up becoming very big. Amazon bought it, right? And then Groupon kind of iterated on that, bringing social that whole space. So I was always very fascinated by selling one product a day. The one thing I always wanted to open, I always wanted to open a store that did one product a day. Like every day, the store opened at noon, closed at midnight. Every single fucking person in here has had 900 ideas that they've wanted to do. I'm crippled by ideas. I just pick a couple and execute them.
Hey Gary.
Oh yeah.
Quick
question. I run performance marketing jobs. I've done well with it for the last 20 years or so. I also own real-time video jobs that from native advertising jobs like that. I just want to give your input on like how to scale those businesses. Should we scale it as niches or under a bigger brand?
I think, domain name executions, it's like any other business, right? Like I don't think it fucking matters if you put it under the name umbrella or if you execute it. Like names, I'm a funny guy with names, but names mean nothing. Nobody gave a fuck about what Snapchat means or Google means or Facebook means. They care about what the execution is.
Service, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, like, nobody here gives a shit about the name of something. They care about what it actually is.
I really love Elon's work, but he's like a mystery man that no one knows anything about. Can you tell us maybe a quick, a couple of things about it?
Rock's the best, man. He's just a great kid. Works really hard.
Hey Gary, you talk about the fact that you got into an agency to understand their brands, how to figure out at scale, how to spend money. What's your next venture then?
So my main plan with VaynerMedia was, how can I build a large agency? How do I learn what Fortune 500 companies do? And then how do I build a private equity firm on top of it and buy brands? So the next chapter of my career is buying Snickers, buying Puma, buying animal crackers, buying Tootsie Rolls. How do I go and buy a business for $50 to $200 million? And then how do I run it through my process? And then how do I flip it for $1 billion? I've always felt that that was going to be my best way to buy Vaynerchuk. So I had to eat shit for 10 years and build a service business, which is not fun, but it's put me in a position to do that. All right, I got to catch up to you. Maybe one more question? Anybody? One more question.
Yeah.
Gary J. Berkowitz, nice to see you. Snapchat for affiliates.
I think it's very clear what they're doing. There's been plenty of articles on it. Like, we have a client that's a telecom company, the #1 internet conversion product they had last quarter was content and Snapchat, swipe up, fill out the form, and it was their #1 lead gen execution above Google and Facebook. You know this, and I know you to know this. It's just attention arbitrage. Just because Snapchat started as sending a picture and it disappears, all they have to do is add one functionality and then you fill out a form. What we don't do well here is predict what people do on top of attention. We look at it as it is, and then that's it. We don't understand in this Facebook Live that they can add a CTR. They can. So the one thing I think I've done well, and what allows me to be here, is I don't disrespect attention. I overemphasize attention with the assumption that if they have it, the ability for them to build on top of it is very easy. So, yeah, I mean, it's not super complicated, right? Like, if you have a lot of people following you, I can tell you right now, the 80,000 story views I get on a Snap are probably the most engaged audience I have in the world right now. And so if I try to sell something from there, it's going to happen there most. Thank you guys for having me. Have a great night.